Hello YouTubers, this is 777 Forever coming at you with another highly anticipated and highly recommended model. Today I'll be doing a review on the Gemini Jets Trump Boeing 757-200ER with the blended winglets and a 1/200 scale model. I purchased this model from Troy's Toys based out of Overland Park, Kansas. His website is www.troystoysinc.com. But before I go into the details about this model review, allow me to share some information about the Trump 757-200ER with the blended wings and how he acquired this aircraft, okay? The Trump Boeing 757-200ER with the blended winglets is one of 2 airplanes and 3 helicopters that are personally owned by billionaire business tycoon and now the 45th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. Mr. Trump has owned this customized jet since 2011. And although Mr. Trump may be the current owner of this aircraft, he wasn't the first owner to acquire this aircraft. As a matter of fact, Donald Trump actually became the 4th owner to take ownership of this aircraft, as he eventually replaced his Boeing 727 that he previously bought in 1980 and utilized it for his personal various interests until he eventually sold the aircraft in 2009 and did a massive upgrade shortly thereafter with this aircraft. The Trump Boeing 757-200ER with the blended winglets also has several nicknames that it goes by, in which some have dubbed it as Trump Force One, and another name that Donald Trump calls his personal extravagant jet, the T-Bird. Also, Mr. Trump used this personal jet of his to fly back and forth across America during his entire 2016 campaign run for the White House, as this aircraft has become one of the most recognizable personal jets in the world, as well as an iconic symbol to his signature Trump brand. Okay, now let's talk about the front of the box here. This is what the box came here, folks. So you see there, that's the computer generated picture of the aircraft, the model information, and that's the name of the aircraft, the Trump 57. All right, and this is the top of the box here. That's the top aerial view of the aircraft. That's all you see there. Okay, and this is the top of the box here. Nothing much but there except the warning information. And this is the bottom of the box. This is the left side of the box there, as well as the right side of the box there. Okay, I finally took the packaging out of the box. This is what you see here, folks. Partial plastic and partial foam. I'm gonna take the partial plastic off here first. Okay, there you go, that's off. And then that's what you see there is the model. There's the model stand, and the gear replacements, okay? Alright, now I took the model stand out of the packaging box right here. That's what it looks like now. Very sturdy. Just thank God they didn't go with the tripod stand on this one. Ugh. But it's pretty sturdy though, okay? Alright. This little plastic bag here, these are the gear replacements inside this little plastic bag featuring 2 little toothpicks. Please stay tuned as I go into detail for the purpose of these. These are detachable gears, okay? Right? They're detachable and retractable, okay? Okay, with all that information out of the way about the history, how Donald Trump acquired this aircraft, there's some more information coming on that. But this is all the details here on the box where you saw that, the model stand, and the gear replacements, and the partial packaging. With no further ado, folks, here is the model. Alright, there it is, folks. The Gemini Jets Trump Boeing 757-200ER with the blended winglets and a 1/200 scale model. I don't have much information about the livery. I tried looking up the research on the livery. I couldn't find much success on there. Anybody know information about the livery, how this livery came about, please post it in the comment section if you would, please. But anyway, I'm about to get into the information about the history of this aircraft and how Donald Trump ended up acquiring this aircraft, okay? The history of Donald Trump's personal Boeing 757-200ER with the blended winglets can actually be traced back to May 1991, when this aircraft was actually first delivered to the now defunct Danish carrier Sterling Airlines. And then a couple years later, in 1994, it found its way to another now defunct airline carrier, Linea, Aereas. And then in 1995, then Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen purchased the jet and utilized this jet for the next 15 years for his various interests, then sold his jet to Donald Trump in 2011 as Donald Trump's private personal Boeing 757-200ER with the blended wings is considered the 8th most expensive plane in the world today, costing approximately 100 million US dollars, including customizing the aircraft with state-of-the-art upgrades which appeal to his extravagant satisfaction and liking, which pretty much equates to his extravagant, luxurious lifestyle. Okay, so with all that out the way, let's get down to the nitty-gritty and show you all the details on this aircraft model. Shall we? Let's roll. Okay, we're gonna start on the port/left side of the aircraft. We see the nose gears, the nose gear struts, the nose gear lights. I'll show you a better visual view of those later on in the review. The nose gear door, the pitot tube, static port, the nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit window. I'll give you a better visual view of those later on in the review as well. There's a little door, and then you right up here you see the Trump title right here engraved in gold right there. Okay, then you come here, that's the rest of the aircraft right there. Okay, and you're still on the port side still, and these engines you see here, folks, these are the Rolls-Royce RB211-535-E4 engines that are used on this particular personal jet of Donald Trump's Boeing 757-200ER aircraft with the blended winglets, as these powerful engines were personally handpicked and selected by Donald Trump himself. Okay, he the one picked these engines, you get it? Okay, there's the Rolls-Royce decal right there on the engine column right there, very detailed right there, all that right there. I'm gonna turn this aircraft model around, let you see the front angle of these engines. And sad to tell you, the turbofan blades do not spin, but I'm gonna show you anyway, okay? All right, now you're looking at the front angle of these engines, no engine strike. This one turned a little bit, yeah, it turned a little bit. It's kind of jammed, but it turned somewhat, okay? All right, and then you got the inboard landing lights right there on the edge of the wing, and then there's the bogey gears here on the port side there as well, all right? Now you're looking at the engines on the starboard side. Sad to tell you, these fan blades over here don't spin at all. It's a little jam there, they don't spin at all, but it is what it is. And there's the inboard landing light right here on the wing, edge of the wing here, and then there's the bogey gears here on the starboard side there as well, all right? All right, now you're looking at the front angle of this aircraft, where you got a better visual of the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, the nose cone, the pitot tubes there, the nose gear struts, and the nose gear lights right there as well. So with that said, I'm gonna take it back to the port side because there's more information to share with you over there as well. All right. And behind these Rolls-Royce massive engines here, these are, you got a better view of the bogey gears on the port side, featuring the bogey gear struts and the bogey gear door there as well. All right, now we're still on the port side of this aircraft, where you see the navigation light next to this blended winglet right here. And in this aircraft, and this little wingtip device here, you see there's the strobe light right there and the fuel dump valve right there. Now this little specialized winglet you see here, these wingtip devices are actually called blended winglets, and the purpose of these blended winglets is to increase total efficiency by reducing vortex interference with laminar airflow near the tips of the wings, which enhances the payload range performance, resulting in decreased fuel consumption by 4 to 6%. These blended winglets were actually created and designed in 2002 by aviation partners Boeing, whose headquarters is located in Seattle, Washington. However, these blended winglets wasn't actually installed on this aircraft until 2010. See how nice little detail colors right there, kind of like black, red, white, right? All right, now we're at the back of the aircraft on the port side, where you see the registration ship number N757AF. Registration ship number N757AF. The first test flight on this aircraft took place on May 21st, 1991, and was delivered to Sterling Airlines on June 7, 1991. Then was later sold to TAESA, Linea, Aereas on July 6, 1994. Then was sold to then Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen on March 30th, 1995. And then this aircraft was finally acquired by Donald Trump's holding company, DJT Operations LLC, Limited Liability Corporation, on June 1st, 2011. All right. And we're looking at the back of the aircraft. You see the vertical stabilizer, the tail. You see the Trump logo, the T right there, that stands for Trump. All right, very detailed there, impressive. All right, we're looking at the back of the aircraft. We see the auxiliary power unit hole right here. Yeah, this is the auxiliary power unit exhaust hole right there. And there is a hole there. It's very detailed there, okay? Now you're looking at the Trump B757-200ER with the blended winglets from the rear view angle. Okay, now you're looking at this aircraft model from the starboard side, where you see the nose gears right here, the nose gear struts, the gear lights, the nose gear door, the repeater tube, static ports, the nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows, the Trump title right here engraved in gold, the front boat bin door right here, and the inboard land light right there as well. Now you're looking at the Rolls-Royce Trent engines here on the starboard side, featuring the Rolls-Royce logo here on the engine column right here, very detailed there as well. And looking at the bogey gears here on the starboard side, the bogey gear struts and the bogey gear door there as well, okay? Now you're looking at the painted blended winglet here on this side as well as the strobe light and the fuel dump valve right there. And then there's the green navigation light right there displayed there as well, right? All right, we're at the back of the aircraft on the starboard side. You see the rear boat bin door right there. You see the registration ship number, as well as the Trump logo displayed here on the vertical stabilizer, the tail there as well, all right? Okay, before I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model and the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model in its entirety in detail, I'm gonna give you see one feature. The gears, they do roll, which is cool, which is a great thing, and it tilts. And then the front nose gear does not swivel. Yeah, it swivels a little bit, not much, but it swivels a little bit, okay? Yeah, it swivels a little bit, okay? All right, so with that said, allow me to show you the bird's eye view of this aircraft model, all right? Let's roll. Okay, we're gonna start at the top of the aircraft model. We see the nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows. I don't know what that is. Another antenna there. The anti-collision beacon light right there. You see the Trump towers on both sides. That's the satellite communications box in 3D right there. And that's got to be a special antenna there as well. I don't know what that is though. That was engraved there. And then there's the ADF antennas in 3D. And then another antenna there. The vertical stabilizer. Okay, no illuminator lights, but if there was some there, it would be the purpose of those illuminator lights to light up the tail here when it flies during nighttime. Now let's check out the wings here. No wing walkway, but you got the flaps, slats, ailerons, spoilers. See the engine right there. Then you see the fuel dump valve right there along with the blended winglet. Same over here, folks. No wing walkway, but you got the flaps, slats, ailerons, spoilers, the engine, the fuel dump valve right there, right by the blended winglet. Okay, now you're looking at this the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model. You see the nose cone, the closed nose gear door, the open nose gear door with the nose gear, the front boat bin door, high frequency antenna there, the anti-collision beacon light, the hole where the stand goes in at, another high frequency antenna, pressure relief valve, another antenna, and the APU housing door right there, and then there's the horizontal stabilizer. Let's check out the gears here, folks. Okay, they tail a little bit, okay. The engine's there. And then there's fuel dump valve and the blended winglet there. Same over here, folks. Okay, engine's there. Fuel dump valve and the blended winglet there as well. Okay, since I showed you the bird's eye aerial view of this aircraft in its entirety and the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft in its entirety in detail, now I'm going to put it on that stand that I showed you earlier right there. So with no further ado, here is the model on the stand. Okay, great, awesome. Fine, got this model on the stand with no problem, no hesitation, fitted on it just perfectly, what have you. You're looking at it from the port side and takeoff landing position right there, okay? Now you're looking at the front angle of this aircraft model from side to side, and all the gears intact, and and the nice little Rolls-Royce Trent engines there as well. Okay. Now you're looking at this model on the starboard side with the model and stand, all the gears and stuff on tack right there as well. And finally, you're looking at this model from the tail cam angle. Wow, impressive. Okay, before I take this model to stand and wrap up this model review, I got in this position for a reason. The reason is I'm gonna take these gears off and show the purpose of these gear replacements. Okay, now let's start with the nose gear here. Okay, this is detachable there. Okay, all right. Now I'm gonna take the gears off here on the port side. I gotta take that off. They are retractable there. The bogies are retractable. Okay, same as those there as well. Okay. Okay, so with that said, since I took the gears off the model, I'm gonna let you see this model at a different angle. So here it is, folks. Okay, finally took the gears off. Now you're seeing it in flight mode. Okay, now you got one or two options. Option number one, if you want to leave it displayed like that without the gears, that's fine. These gear replacements that I showed you earlier, that's the purpose of these gear replacements, to substitute your gears while you display your model in flight mode. Or you can do like I do, just keep the gears on and keep it in gear down position like it's going to take off or land. Either way, gears up, gear down, that's your choice. Okay, so with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and put these gears back on here and go ahead and wrap up this model review. Okay, let's roll. All right, now let's talk about the seating configuration on here. Okay, the seating configuration ain't really that hard really though, depending on the operating airline and the seating configuration. A typical Boeing 757-200 aircraft usually seats up to 239 passengers. However, on this particularized custom Trump Boeing 757-200ER aircraft with the blended winglets, it is only designed and configured to seat only 43 passengers. Now I'm getting ready to break you down right here to section this whole airplane. I usually show this model when I do the seating configuration. I usually do it on the port side, but everything's on the starboard side, so I'm going to break it down right here. The section 1, which is the VIP area, this is about right here. It keeps 4 seats. And then section number 2, which is right here, that is Donald Trump's personal bedroom area. And section number 3, that's another private guest bedroom area there. Section number 4, that is the master bathroom right there, shower area right there. And then section 5, which is all this, that is the lounge, the media, and the dining area. It seats 23 seats. And section number 6, that is the first class sleeper area. It also has 16 seats. And back here is the gourmet kitchen area. Okay. And finally, the Trump Boeing 757-200ER with the blended winglets can fly up to 16 hours at 500 miles per hour non-stop. And the maximum flying range on this particular aircraft is 7,000 nautical miles, which equates to about 8,055 miles. Well, folks, this concludes this model review. Please rate and subscribe and leave me a comment suggestion. I'd like to know if you got this model or you plan on getting this model, if you can find it. Easy Toys had it, but it's going for like 200 US bucks as we speak. And you look on eBay, you're gonna pay at least about 200 bucks and probably upwards of that. I seen it at one time, it had as much as 800 bucks. Crazy. But if you want it, you gotta be willing to pay the price for it. But anyway, this is all I have for this model review. Please rate and subscribe and leave me your comments and suggestions what I can do to improve my video quality. Okay, so with that said, take care, God bless, stay tuned, there's more model content coming.